Now, from across the Tri-States, this is KHQA Sports.
It was a showdown of two outstanding feeder programs for two perennial girls high school basketball powerhouses. Tonight they met Metamora for an 8th grade 2A state championship, and Carthage played very well early. Second half shooting woes, though, the undoing of the Blue Girls as they end up losing to a really good Bloomington Holy Trinity team, 28-20. Bailey Clampett nearly scored every point for her team, including a flourish down the stretch to get her team back within 4. But unfortunately, Carthage's dream of a state championship comes up just shy as the Blue Girls lose 28-20. Better news in the third place games tonight. Quincy Blessed Sacrament, a big time winner over Dalton Lincoln, 37-30. Unfortunately, the news not good at the 1A level as Southeastern falls to Lincoln West, 38-15. But congratulations to all those great teams. The future, again, very bright for girls basketball still going forward. The present, not too shabby either. Illini West and Macomb going at it. Zach Keene, past and future programs going at it right now tonight. Macomb, his program now, taking it at Grant Supernauts Illini West squad early with Yanni Sadler. But here come the Chargers. They were good tonight. Michaela Gronwald leading the way with 17 points. Great on the run out. More in transition. Look at Gracie Boster. Beautiful move for her. The nice little right-handed scoop shot puts her team up 4 at that point, and then the shots started falling in this one. Elise Trout from the outside, I believe she had 11 on the night. Michaela Gronwald was the deal tonight. Both she and Miss Josie Finch with 17 points apiece. Illini West leaves no doubt about it tonight, beating Macomb. Final count in this one, 67-48 was your final there. We've got more for you on the scoreboard tonight. Central Southeastern ends up knocking off West Hancock thanks to a 25-5 run in the fourth quarter. Big time win. I believe this ended up 25-52 was your final, but we'll get you a complete updated score coming up on the web in just a few seconds. Other scores tonight on the girls side of the docket. Moline takes out Quincy High School 64-28 was your final on that one. Griggsville Perry loses on the road at Carrollton 68-16. Big night again, no surprise from Vanessa Markert as Brown County knocks off North Green 48-39. Markert with 24 points in that ball game. And West Central, a big time victory tonight over Porta, 57-21. Abby Lashman with 20 points in that ball game for the Cougars. How about more girls basketball tonight? Canton and Unity going at it. Unity coming off that big win last night over West Hancock. Still red hot. Claire Rady from the top of the key for 3. The freshman brigade hitting. Canton trying to dig out of a 23-point hole at this one. Kaylee Gaither with a nice bucket for her team right there. But resistance was futile tonight. Jordan Hildebrand posts up, gets the shot to go. Maggie Bowles had another big night in this one. Check this out. Great transition move for Miss Bowles, the only senior on this team. 3-point play, bucket plus Band-Aid. She was good. Jordan Hildebrand really good in the first half, hitting buckets both in the low blocks and from distance as Unity pitches a blowout tonight. Big run for Brad Begeman's team. They're playing well so far through this 5-game stretch, 61-36. You'll hear more about them coming up on Overtime on Saturday. More scores for you from Missouri tonight. We've got Van Far getting knocked off by South Shelby. 39-28 was your final in that game. Harrisburg, too much for Knox County, winning a ball game 54-43. Sarah Dooley with 17 points in that one. And Mexico, 44-27 over Hannibal tonight was your final there. Let's move on now. Let's take you to the Country Insurance Shootout at Illinois College today, and it was Payson Seymour taking on Auburn. This may be the actual college place where Cody Hildebrand, he says he'd like to go to Illinois College. He was showing out tonight in the first half on perhaps his future digs. 24 first half points for the All-State candidate. Bucket after bucket right here. Got a little help as well from the big fella, Gage Klitz, knocking down a jump shot right here. The big guy has that in the arsenal, but the story in this game, Cody Hildebrand is 36 points. Future Blue Boy, he may be. He sure looked like it tonight as Payson Seymour gets the blowout victory over Auburn in this one. Final count sees it huge tonight, 84-64 was your final there. Also, Illini West taking on North Green in this same shootout earlier in the night. John Hughes' Chargers were down 8 in the fourth quarter, but they would go on a fantastic run down the stretch, an 11-0 run down the stretch. Starts with Nate Palmer with a steal. He's going to miss. Ball's going to bounce around for a while. Nate Palmer's going to get it again. He's going to miss. Eventually, Nolan Ard, the tough-nosed, scrappy one, takes one up strong, and all of a sudden, Illini West was flush with point scoring. A little bit later, as Austin Kerfman from NBA range, knocking down the three right there. As I mentioned, an 11-0 run to finish it. How about Colton Millinger with a beautiful falling down move coming up right here on the putback as Illini West rallies to get the victory in this one. Final count in favor of the Chargers as they win by the final count in this one of 50-46. Other boys scores on the night. The South Shelby boys knocked off by Van Far 55-42. Nick Barnes with 16 points in the win for Van Far this evening. And we believe Monroe City ended up beating Community R6 48-46 was the last score we had on that one. How about the Canton boys hosting Unity? First game back for the big fella, number 33. Lane Davis hasn't played all season. He's a good one. Tell you what, though, he had a tough assignment with this guy, Gabe McKenzie. Strong take for Canton early. You know what? Unity trying to answer back. Dylan Schaefer with a pretty scoop shot and the three-point play. Unity showing some moxie early, but I tell you what, great Canton team. Cam Durst doing some work right here on the mid-range jumper. Tyler Neiman was the story for his team. Had 29 points on this night, cleaning up nicely on the offensive rebound, tip-in, whatever you want to call this. Neiman was there to get it done. I mentioned Lane Davis. Good to see him back healthy and playing. He would score here from the low blocks coming up. Well, he'd score in a second from the low blocks. Meanwhile, Gabe McKenzie had other ideas. Steal and the swoop. Great take for him. Here comes the post move we talked about from Lane Davis. All 6'6" of him. Good player. Nice to see him back, and Unity's certainly going to need him down the stretch. But as I mentioned, Tyler Neiman way too strong in this game, as it would be Canton picking up the victory over Unity in this one. Final count was 65-46 in favor of the Canton Tigers. Finally tonight, some college girls basketball, or women's basketball, I should say. Tough night at Western tonight as J.D. Gravina's team struggling, coming off a 12-day break, down 7 right here. Great steal by Rebecca Hendrickson. She takes it to floor length, tries to cut that lead. In fact, on this Michelle Maher three, Western gets back to within 1. They would actually take a 1-point lead in the second half despite trailing almost the entire game. And then unfortunately, a tough, pretty bad loss tonight for Western as they end up losing by 8. 78-70 was your final in this ball game. So Western falls coming off the break to SIUE. That's not really what J.D. Gravina had in mind. And we're just getting warmed up for a big weekend, weather permitting. Big sports final tomorrow. Huge overtime coming up on Saturday.
All right, take a breath.
We'll do.
All right, right.